Hello and welcome to this short demonstration of the EMC HomeBase operating system deployment or server provisioning capability using the HomeBase GUI. A fully functional REST API capability is offered also on request. So let's see how HomeBase provides for operating system deployment or server provisioning. Entering the HomeBase homepage of a server correctly licensed for server provisioning, let's click on the provisioning button. We are presented with a facility to manage software, manage deployment sessions, manage deployment templates, download a boot environment if applicable. Let's start with managing our software repository. We have facilities to upload software, manage agent software, and individual buttons for management and viewing of software uploaded for individual operating systems. As the topic of this demonstration is Windows provisioning, let's see what lies below the Windows software button. In this fully functional HomeBase server, we can see in this single view that we have an operating system, Windows 2003 Standard Edition SP1, although there may be others. We see HomeBase agents, Avamar and Networker clients, a selection of drivers, and user applications. In this case, simple installable applications, Adobe Acrobat Reader version 9, and a copy of FileZilla are available. We'll now turn our attention to the Manage Templates section of the provisioning menu. In this area, we will provide all necessary responses for the customization of an installed operating system over the network. The template we will create here is reusable, so let's give it a name. The level in the hierarchy determines who may see or use the template based upon an individual user's attributes. We have 5 tabs: Operating System, Initial Config, Drivers, Applications, and Post-Install. So let's go through each of them. Under Operating System, a drop-down box is presented to select the operating system to be installed from those available in the repository. For clarity, only one is present in this demonstration. The media key is pre-populated through an association with the uploaded media. Under Initial Config, we are required to enter information regarding the identity of the server, including the organization, work group or domain name, the administrative password and its confirmation. Under the hostname, for multiple concurrent or consecutive installations, an increment indicator is added. When greater than 0, this number will be appended to the hostname and incremented by 1 for each call. We now determine the location of the system root, C:\Windows by default, and the size of the target partition. Here we'll create a 6 GB partition. Under the Drivers tab, we shall, if necessary, select the drivers which may be required during or following the operating system installation. Provision is made for 2 distinct types of driver. First, the text mode or F6 or DOS driver selection for specific hardware RAID or SCSI adapter requirements. And second, under the Others driver, we may include NIC drivers where they are not available within the media of the operating system being installed. Here we have a selection, and because it is known that the target NIC is an Intel NIC and that the operating system does not contain the driver software for this, we shall select all of the Intel drivers offered. Moving now to Applications, we have an opportunity to select a HomeBase agent, which we may install with a license. In this demonstration, we will omit this installation. And from the available applications in the HomeBase repository, we shall select the 2 we mentioned earlier, Adobe and FileZilla. There are no requirements here for post-install activity, so we'll now click Save. The second component of creating a provisioning exercise is that of the deployment session. Select and create session from the related tasks, and again we shall give this a name. The only information for this named session will be to provide the MAC address of the target NIC over which the deployment is to be performed. Additional MAC addresses may be added where a target server has multiple NICs. If a MAC address is unknown, the target server may be booted into Pixie mode where available, and a session will be created. We note that the session created is in an unconfigured state, indicating that this session is not yet associated with a deployment template. To associate the session with a template, highlight the required session and click Configure Session in the related tasks. This will present you with all of the available templates. Select and highlight the required template and click Deploy. The session is now shown as being in a configured state. That is, it is ready to respond to a request from the target NIC. Selecting View Session from the related tasks presents an overview of the session, including the template, and an as yet empty log panel. All that remains now is to boot the target server into Pixie mode, sit back and enjoy the ride. In the next 2 or 3 minutes we shall see through HomeBase and the target console that the initial dialog between the HomeBase server and the target NIC is established. Transportation of a WinPE minimal operating system is effected. Creation of a target partition onto which to install a full operating system. Transportation and installation of the operating system. And finally, installation of the requested applications. Thank you for watching this short demonstration of the EMC HomeBase operating system deployment and server provisioning capability in a Windows environment.